racing. If you're lucky enough to experience the thrill of it, it will get in your blood and consume you. There is no feeling in the world like hanging onto a speeding collection of steel frame, rubber, and mechanical genius at the absolute limit and battling it out on track with other determined competitors. What makes a driver? What is the common thread that runs through this field of risk-takers who believe they can reach the top? I'm Cadence Presley, a 12-year-old racing driver with a dream of winning the Indy 500. I'm here to crack the code by talking with dreamers like myself who are driven to chase the impossible dream. To be the best. Today on Head to Head, we talk to Canadian-American legacy racer Daniel Fellows. Hailing from both Erie, Colorado and Ontario, Canada, Daniel looks to follow in the family tradition of sports car racing, beginning of course with karting. Daniel has claimed the Colorado Junior Rok Championship, is vice champion at Colorado Senior Rok, and took third overall in the Canadian Motomaster Karting Championship, as well as Rok Fest West. He'll be racing the SKUSA Supernationals for the first time this year, making his debut in the X30 Pro category. I'm super excited to talk to Daniel and challenge him to a head-to-head battle in the Extreme Sim. Let's go. So guys, this is Daniel Fellows. He was my teammate at PKS at the Rock the Rio in 2019. We're just kind of longtime buddies. We've been racing at Rock the Rockies as well at SBR. Daniel, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It is a pleasure to be here.
Usually I would start off by asking you about the beginning of your racing journey, but I happen to know that you are not the first Fellows to wheel a race car.
I'm not.
Tell me about racing in your family and that whole legacy.
I'm so glad you asked that because I did prep for that question ahead of time. So yeah, the Fellows family, we've been racing for as long as I can remember. I don't know exactly how far back it's been since that whole era started. I know my grandpa, I believe, on my dad's side, raced rally cars. My dad raced as well. My uncle raced with Corvette for a while. So yeah, it's really been a part of who I am and how I've grown up. I remember I would be on my dad's lap I think I was honestly in preschool, if not kindergarten, and I'd be playing Dirt 2 on his computer. He would do the pedals and I would do the wheels.
Wow.
And so it's been a pretty crucial part of who I am my whole life. So for sure, growing up in that environment, I've been very exposed to motorsports as a whole, and it's definitely shaped who I am today.
So you said something about rally cars and Corvettes. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, so I don't know too much about the rally side. For sure, I think it was some type of Citroen that my grandpa, I believe, had. If not my uncle, it might have been my uncle. He raced in Europe for a little bit with that, I believe, brought it back to the US. I remember I got stories. Originally, my dad, and that side of the family, they're all from Canada. And so I've been around in that kind of same area that they've grown up in, and there's stories of, I think my dad and my uncle, they both raced his rally car around lakes and, maybe some back roads here and there.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, so I'm sure that was pretty cool. My dad, he raced Players GM Series, late 80s, early 90s. So did my uncle. My uncle went on to Corvette after that. I don't know the exact years. I think he won 24 Hours at Daytona once. He was on the number 4 car at the same time. It was the last race Dale Earnhardt Sr., the last race he actually ever survived was in the number 3 partner Corvette that my uncle was racing.
Wow.
At Daytona. I think he won that race overall, not just in class with Corvette. He won Le Mans twice, I believe. And then, yeah, my dad, 1990 Players GM Championship. So those cars were really cool. I actually had the chance to drive one of them recently.
Really?
His old championship car, yeah.
That is amazing.
It was a really cool experience. Yeah, we got invited out to Carlisle, Pennsylvania for the Chevrolet GM Nationals. It was a very, very nice show. And after the event, I got the chance to tear that car around a little bit. So that was really fun. So yeah, lots of car racing in the family.
Yeah, that reminds me of my grandfather, who who was racing, I think, an RX-7 with a rotary engine.
Beautiful car.
And he actually got rotary engines banned from the series because he was killing them so much. He was absolutely just destroying those dudes with a rotary engine. So how old were you when you started racing, and what was that experience like for you?
Oh gosh, I think I was about 15 years old when I started. So pretty on the late side for most people who really get into karting. But it was great. I've had my dad. He's always been by my side that whole time. He's been my coach from the beginning. It's been really cool having him there. It's funny to think about going back how fast I think each kart is when I get to try it. The first kart I ever drove was a 2013 CRG Black Star with a World Formula motor on it. So just a little faster version of a Briggs. Originally planning to race CKT in Junior 2. They changed the class regulations that same year to Junior 2 going to the 206, the Briggs. And so we got one of those instead. That's kind of where it started, and then gone from there.
Yeah, honestly, it seems like every time you move up a class, it gets faster. You get used to that class, go up another one, it seems really fast.
Yeah.
Because I started in Briggs, and then when I got in the Mini Rok, it felt like light speed. Mm-hmm. So I got used to that, and then I jumped in a Mini Rotex, that felt fast, and then a Junior Rotex, even faster. Can you point to a moment when your driving just kind of fell into place?
Oh man, that's a great question. I feel like it's such a hard answer. It's such a hard answer to give to that. I feel like as you progress as a driver, there's so many different times and moments where you feel like you take a really, you make small increments, small adjustments, small progressions, and then you have one big leap. Very recently, I'd say, we went out to Sonoma for Rok Fest West probably about 3 weeks ago. And for me, I felt like I made a really big step forward there, not necessarily in my driving, but at least on the mental side. It's such a hard thing to drive one of these karts to the absolute limit and not over it, because the second you go over it, you're not as fast. And knowing that limit is something I think it takes so much time and understanding and precision to get there. And I remember we were just kind of at the end of the pre-final. I finished second. I felt really confident all weekend. It was a new track for me. I was really just getting up to speed there, but I felt strong. We got to this point where we're like, okay, is there anything we can do? Can we make any adjustments? And I kind of just took a step back for a second. I stood at the fence, I watched the shifter race, and I'm like, no, we don't need to make any adjustments. I'm like, I know what we have. The machinery is perfect. We went back and looked at, the data, not even the data, we just looked at the lap times ran by me and my fellow competitor there who won the heat or the pre-final. And we're like, we did the exact same time, every single lap. One lap, I think I had the fastest lap of the pre-final by 1/1000th of a second.
That's a movie clip right there.
So we were identical on pace the whole time. And I just needed to take a breath. I thought about it a little bit. I'm like, maybe my tires weren't up to temperature at the beginning. Maybe they were too cold. But it was a click moment. It felt like everything fell into place. And like the kart was it was dialed in. It felt perfect. We didn't make any adjustments while we were there the whole weekend. I sat down. I said, I know what I'm able to do. I know what this machine is able to do. The equipment is under me. If I can get by him in the first lap, I can win this race. And sure enough, I think the fourth corner, I was in the lead of the race, and I had a pretty decent margin up until the engine kill switch gave out on us. That was a little heartbreaking, but you can hear my voice crack. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, that's not good.
We were really looking forward to winning that race, but I came away with so many positives from that weekend. It was just, I think, that moment for me. There's two completely different sides to this argument of where some people are like, data. We need to go back, we need to review, we need to look at it every single session, see what you're doing right, what you did wrong. And then there's the other side where people are like, data's for the parents. You don't need to look at data. It's like the driver should know exactly what he needs at all times, and it should be right there and he can get it out without looking at the data. For me, I've always been somewhere in the middle with that. I've believed that for when I was progressing a lot, the data helped me. It really did, especially being teammates with Marco Felice and Patrick Woodstoth, two very successful, accomplished people, especially in Canada, two very fast guys, amongst others. Having that reference for me there was always something that I didn't want to take for granted, but now as I've progressed and I've learned things from them, the things they've taught me and told me, I feel like I'm starting to transition more to that. I am on the physical side. I don't need to look at the data. I want to drive the kart, decompress. The data is a distraction for me. I know at least for my teammate Marco, he went to Italy to do the super final, and it was something that was said last year when I was in Canada. One of our mechanics he said something along the lines of, Marco, you're not allowed to look at data anymore. You had the best weekend of your life in Italy when you didn't get to look at data. That's not been something that I've really thought about until super recently, but I feel like that's kind of where I've ended up now.
What do you think so far stands out as the most memorable experience for you in racing?
Obviously, if I was able to win in Sonoma, that would have been pretty fantastic to show up to a track I've never been to and feel genuinely competitive and on pace. I think last year when I podiumed at one of the Canadian National Series, that was I would say that moment definitely stands out for sure, because it was kind of an accumulation of, we went there last year, we were fast, we knew what we were able to do, and we came back. And we were kind of sitting there the whole time. We're like, okay, we qualified 5th, pre-final 3rd. Something Patrick said to me is kind of stuck in my brain forever. One of the mechanics was there as well. So he says to Patrick, you ready to sweep this thing again? And I was kind of standing there. We were both getting ready to go out for the final. And he kind of glances over at me and then glances back and is like, not if he has anything to say about it. I don't take that for full face value of what it was. But it was like, I'm like, okay. It gave me a boost of confidence, and we started the race. I got up to 2nd behind Pat. I was really looking forward to trying racing him. A little bit of a rookie mistake, dropped back down to 5th, and I spent that whole race just running qualifying lap after qualifying lap, and got back to 3rd with like 2 to go. I passed Ryan McDermott for the last podium spot, and so that was a pretty big moment for me.
And how long do you think that was ago?
That was probably July 2021, I think, somewhere around there.
What is your vision for the future? Where do you see yourself in 5-10 years?
That's such a hard question, because obviously everyone has really big goals. Open wheel racing is always something I've looked up to. Obviously, I think everyone at some point is like, Formula One is where I want to be.
I can agree.
It's such an addicting thing to think about, of like the future. I've recently tried to dial that back a little bit, mostly on the side that I think if I tried to fit into one of those cars, I wouldn't. I am about exactly the same height and weight now at 17 years old as the tallest driver on the grid currently. So, bit of a step, that might be a little bit of a stretch, but besides that, I think it would be great to follow in the family legacy if I ended up racing sports cars, especially with Corvette. That's a goal that I've not necessarily set for myself, but somewhere I would like to end up. I've had a really fond appreciation for LMPs, especially the newer prototype cars that they run in Le Mans and IMSA. I think they're fantastic pieces of machinery. I would love to race one of those.
Yeah.
Something similar to that, I mean, IndyCar is also obviously still kind of down that open wheel road. I know that's something you really have to commit to, and if that's where I wanted to be, I'd have to do that pretty soon. But I am mostly kind of playing it by ear. I'll be taking any opportunity I can get. If it means testing in a Miata or a Radical, any type of sports car like that given to me, I will absolutely take that. Any second of track time I can get.
Yeah.
It would be, a pretty great experience no matter what, wherever I end up. Obviously, I've always tried to set high goals for myself, but if I can end up anywhere in that realm, I'll be pretty happy if I can make a career out of it no matter what.
Yeah. So I see you got a very nice helmet here. Talk about it.
Well, firstly, thank you, Ryan Rudolph, Root Image. I've come to him for my helmet since the beginning. This is the second one I've gotten. It's a design mostly done entirely by myself, actually. I'm very happy with it.
That is impressive.
Yes, I've been doing a lot of graphic design work. That's something that I've been very passionate about for a lot of time now, if not multiple years.
I want to be able to do that.
It's a very fun talent to have. He threw in a lot of elements of his own. Credit to him. A lot of the matte and gloss in the same areas. That was his idea, as well as the honeycomb and a lot of the highlights. But for the most part, designed myself. Ryan did an amazing job with it. I would tell you to go get your helmets done from him, but I think he's still backed up probably another 9 months. So if you can get a helmet done by him, you will get back a very quality product. And so I'm very happy with how it came out. He worked with me the whole time.
So now that we've talked about the past and the future, let's talk about the present. What has your 2022 season looked like so far, and what are your plans for the rest of the year?
Well, for the most part, I've taken kind of a step back this year. I haven't done a lot in terms of racing. Sonoma was the first event I actually did this year. I wanted some time to myself for the most part. I've been racing pretty nonstop every summer for the last 3 years, and it kind of took away at the social life a little bit. I graduated high school this year, and so I wanted to have kind of a summer with myself and my friends where I could still pursue my interests in racing, but also have a chance to really have a final summer with people before everyone else went off to college, and I would continue on doing whatever comes next for me. But besides that, like I said, Sonoma was the first event of the year. Was very happy with how that went. Looking forward to doing, we're planning on doing both Rok Vegas this year, Rok the Rio, as well as Supernats. I'll be making my X30 debut there, so that will be a really fun experience. I'm excited to try one of those karts out. I've heard a lot of things about them, so it'll be really interesting to finally put them toe-to-toe. Beyond that, I've been driving shifters a lot recently, not any of my own. That could be a potential step in the future. We've thought about it. I really want to go out with a pretty solid season in Rok, especially before I move anywhere else.
Do you think I could drive one of those?
If you can fit in it, I'm sure we can make it happen.
Yes, I would love to. I just need to be taught how to really shift. But yeah, go on.
Yes, it's lots of opportunities in the future. We haven't really laid anything out yet. I'm thinking next year is going to be a pretty big season for us. Hopefully doing a few winter series, most likely ending up doing a lot of the Canadian National Series, the Canadian Championships. Go from there. If we can end up anywhere in Europe, that would be pretty cool. I feel very confident with where I'm at now, particularly. So if I can have a pretty good end of the year now, show them what we got, and go from there, then I'll be pretty happy.
All right, guys. Now it's time for the rapid fire question round. Favorite word?
Oh, I was not ready for this. Spontaneous.
Driver you'd most like to beat, past or present?
Michael Schumacher.
Unlimited budget. What's the first car you would buy?
1994 Supra.
That's a good pick. What job would you completely suck at?
Fast food industry.
Do you play any instruments?
I do. I play the piano. I've tried to play guitar. Didn't go super well, but I spend a lot of time on the piano now, yes.
Cats, dogs, both, or none?
I'm a cat person. I like dogs, but I'm a cat person.
I agree. Pancakes or waffles?
Depends on the day, but waffles.
Any hidden talents?
Graphic design. We'll take that one.
How many marshmallows can you catch in your mouth consecutively?
I don't know. We'll have to find out.
I mean, you're right. There's only one way to find out. Okay, here we go. Oh, these are powdery.
Okay.
1.
Oh, that was a bad start.
Okay, we got we got one more try. One more try.
Okay.
Oh,
I dropped the ball.
So close.
That should have been it. Unfortunate. I let myself down. I've caught a marshmallow across bleachers before at a football game, and I really just...
Wow.
I think that was my peak in life, honestly.
Hey, Daniel, catch. All right, guys, now it's time for the Extreme Sim Racing head-to-head challenge, where me and Daniel only have 3 laps, but the F3 car at Zolder, best lap wins. You ready to go head-to-head?
Absolutely.
This is the Sim Magic Alpha Mini, an amazing direct drive wheel system with features like detailed force feedback. You can feel everything in the steering wheel. Every bump and curb, it tells you where you are and where you're going. And a pin-free quick release system and it's good for all cases, such as drifting, racing, if you want your own SimMagic Alpha Mini, you can go to extremesimracing.com and use my coupon code Relentless1C, all one word, all lowercase but the number 1, and you can get 5% off anything on that website. Alright guys, it's Daniel's turn first for the head-to-head challenge. Let's see how he does.
Oh boy. I think I'm gonna get the walk put on me, but besides that, 5 laps, right? Total?
Well, you got
out, warm up.
Out, warm up, 3 heaters.
Okay. This is gonna be a little embarrassing, I think. I think I'm gonna get walked a little bit.
I mean, you said you've never driven this track?
I have never driven this track.
That's a redeeming factor. Like,
I know, I have that excuse going for me. I have that in my back pocket. Yeah, no, I have not even, I don't even think I own this track on my iRacing, so.
Okay, warm-up lap.
Ooh, that's a good warm-up. Ah!
Oh! Clutch,
Save it,
clutch,
save it,
clutch.
Yep, we're good. We're good, we're fine, we're chilling.
No.
Oh, no, what? I thought I caught it.
Yeah, it's because you slammed on the brakes, which
oh, so it locked the...
Stopped the drivetrain, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're braver than I am. I run auto clutch because I'm a little baby, so. I like the ignition in the start though. That's really cool, especially on a Switch.
Yeah.
I'm glad that was warm up. They should be significantly warmed up now after that. I'm full focus here now. This is a little, you got me on edge. I actually need, I really need to try.
Oh, that was good.
Thank you. Definitely the slow speed stuff is where I'm gonna be weak, so we'll see what happens. Okay,
Remember
we can get on throttle.
The north
way
button is the
there.
tear off visor.
Thank you, yes. Can I get a ballpark so I know where I should theoretically be aiming?
I would aim for, I don't even know, just go for the best lap you can.
Fair enough. As I should be thinking, you are right.
Also, how do you think about the Extreme Sim and the SimMagic wheel?
I'm so far very fond of it. I like how I feel. I think obviously it's set up for you, so I would adjust it a little bit, but for hopping right in and making just a few small adjustments for quite a large height difference, I'd say it's holding up very well. It's definitely nicer than what I own, so.
Lap 2.
Okay, I'm feeling a little more comfortable now. We can try and I'll talk my way through a lap and see what we're doing. We're gonna go late in, down 1 a little early on the apex. That's fine, had to correct, was late on the gas. We're gonna go down 2 gears, I believe, into here if I do it right. Probably still a little slow on entry. I think our V-mins are gonna be a little lower than what they should be, but we're gonna work up to it. Dab of the brakes, maybe down 1, back fully onto the gas. All right, used up decent bit of track width, up to 6, down this little short back straight. Hard onto the brakes. I don't know what a good rolling speed is through there, but that felt all right. Nice and flat, long section, probably my weakest section. Dab of the gas in. Don't lose it on power. Up through another long, flat section. Nice bits of elevation here. Kind of cut the corner as much as possible. Hard roll in on the brakes. Nice and trail brake, hard onto the gas. Shorten the track as much as possible. And once again, hard down on the brakes. A little too hard. Oh, we just threw away a good lap. All right.
Also, off tracks don't count.
Okay, can do.
Or, well, actually, off tracks make your lap don't count.
Yep. All right, one more. Let's see what we got. Not if I hit the wall.
Oh.
It's not been a great start.
Well, that wasn't off track, but I think I can make an exception.
I think we can, yeah, I hope we can let that one slide.
It was a minor off track.
You've definitely not, I don't think I've put in a good enough lap yet where you should be concerned anyway, so.
Honestly, I'm a little concerned on how well you did on the second lap.
No, but I bottled it in the chicane, so I think you'll be safe.
Well, I'll shut up for the rest of the lap.
All right. I need to shut up for the rest of the lap too. Definitely clicked down too fast for this car. Missed a shift there. We almost did it again. Still too late, but well, that may be competitive enough, but we'll see.
My friend, that was a 1:25.2.
I will take that.
Or that last lap.
Not great, but doable.
Yes. All right. So now
Now you get to put the walk on me.
Yes. Well, no. But
Yes.
Maybe.
We'll see. We'll see.
But first, I gotta adjust the pedals really fast. Pedals and wheel. Speed run mode. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Back to normal. So guys, now it is my turn for the head-to-head challenge. Let's see how I do. Ooh, don't slip out on the exit.
No, your pit exit confidence already makes me a little worried.
Oh, I forgot to turn off my Discord. That was sketchy.
Yes, I think you're rolling a little more low speed than I am. Oh, that was smooth through there. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble.
Imagine we can get like Charles Leclerc on head to head. Okay, first lap, here we go.
Oh, your out lap was barely fast. Wait, was it just faster? I think it might have been.
Dang it! All right, well, I got 2 laps.
That's true. I need you to just blow through every corner on the next 2 if I have any hope. Oh, good night. I'm in trouble. Uh-oh. It's already over, but still. Oh no, that was really fast.
A little bit sketchy on the exit there.
Hey, you're getting better. You're not only you're rolling more speed, you're back to throttle much faster than I was, so. The stakes are already off. You won. You just get to show off now.
Okay, come on.
It's true. You did a 24-0.
But that was an off-track lap.
I kind of forgot about that. I'm pretty sure you'll be fine, but.
Oh. Okay. Well, oh no.
I save.
No.
I can see your drifting practice. How you release the wheel.
Yeah, that's why I drift a lot.
No, it's funny to see that you use that technique, though.
Oh, okay.
Nice and calm through there.
Yay! I won.
Comfortably. Beautiful.
Oh, I almost did the 360. Wait. Mission complete. We did it. Yank the handbrake. Skirt. Anyways, guys. Thanks, Daniel, for being on Head to Head with Cadence Presley.
Yes, thank you for having me. A pleasure. Hopefully I'm in frame.
I won the Head to Head challenge. The record for catching marshmallows is 0.
Still remains 0. I'm glad to hear I did not.
You're tied with Jack Armstrong.
Okay.
You're tied.
I'm glad I did not get walked there as well. You'll have to have me back where I actually can give Zolder a good run for its money.
Probably not, but
no.
Anyways, that'll be it for Head to Head with Cadence Presley. Thanks again for being on the show.
Yes, thank you for having me.
And I'll see y'all next time. Bye.